Well, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Beer Table. Today is St. Patrick's Day 2012, and so we decided to do a nod to the Irish ales. And we want to put a shout out to Sucia Manor and thank them for hosting this tonight, that we could do it here. A beautiful oceanfront vacation home. So tonight we're doing a variety of Northwest Irish ales. And I guess we'll introduce ourselves.
I'm Tom.
And John.
And Gary.
I'm Alan. Otherwise known as the illegitimate stepchild of William Wallace. That's right.
Who I believe was a Scotsman. Whatever.
Oh, well, you can call me Little Willie.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
I was in that other movie too. That Road Warrior, the kid that threw the boomerang.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Little Willie, I think we're starting with Dick's for beers today, aren't we?
He's not going to give up mixing Irish with Scottish. I mean, you just mix. That's like mixing fire and I don't know, gasoline.
You're right. I mean, I have to admit that I kind of lump together Irish ales, Scottish ales, and red ales. To me, they just kind of. So I'm learning this weekend. I mean, but again, on the
flip side,
Northwest Irish ales this weekend. I'm going to start off with Dick's Irish ale, Little Willie, and Dick's is out of Centralia, Washington. Been around since about '84. They moved into a bigger place. They started in a little deli, and then they moved into a big plant. And in about 2009, Dick died. And they're carrying on the tradition. Their mainstay is probably Dick's Danger, but they do make an Irish ale, and we'll see how it goes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
here we go. All right.
Happy St. Patty's.
Luck of the Irish.
Well,
Yeah, pretty good.
well, I wouldn't call it a red. I guess I can taste the distinction between what I typically picture a red. Some of the reds we did before. We did a red.
Those were double reds.
North
They're
South.
hopped double reds.
Yeah,
These are
right there.
real.
Those are rye.
This is an easy, there's not a lot of hop flavor there.
Yeah, I mean, if they're trying to brew this in the tradition of an Irish red, it's not an American red then either. It's an Irish red, which is very lightly hopped, almost tea-like in flavor. Just
What do you guys think
balance
of this?
It's good, but it's just not a big beer that I gravitate to.
Yeah.
Just because I like the reds that are big and hopped, which we've done before. We've talked about. I love those real hoppy reds, and I don't think any of these are going to be like that.
This is almost like a heavier
because
lager.
It's not the
Yeah.
style. I mean,
Yeah.
the style, if they're brewing this to the style, and it is a recognized style, even in the Northwest, then it's not hoppy, which is blasphemy in our part of the country. So a lot of people aren't going to think this is a great beer just because they're waiting for a hop touch and they haven't got it. It's not supposed to.
Okay.
Fix the stop.
Schooner to me would not do a pint.
Half a schooner.
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 We're all hopheads, so we'll give this beer a nod for being in the correct style, or brewed to style, but none of our favorites, right?
Right. Great. Next beer we're trying is Ninkasi's Mason's Irish Red, 5.2 ABV. One of our favorite breweries, one of my favorite breweries. Let's give it a try. Let's get right into it. Let's not mess around here.
No.
We got some beers to get through.
Smells funny.
Northwest Irish.
It smells like fish.
Ooh, tastes funny. And I don't mean funny like a clown. I mean funny like bad taste in beer. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this horse is starting to turn.
I think so. Something happened to that.
This might be the equivalent of a corked wine. I would say that this, we just had this at McKay's Tap House, our local watering hole, on draft and on tap, and I think there's something wrong with it.
Having said that it smells fishy, it tastes slimy.
It's like somebody stored it on the dashboard of their car in the summer for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
That's not working. I mean, Nikasi is just the bomb too.
Yeah.
And so this is
horribly disappointing.
This is bad, but we can't say. I would say it's probably not the brewery's fault. Somewhere between there and the and here.
Yeah, it's not my favorite example of a beer anyways, the Reds, but the Dick's compared to this was a much tastier beer, and this just right off the bat, it's got a smell that's
I think this
kind of
calls for a Jello shot.
yeah,
It's bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to cleanse my palate.
Good idea.
Just drop one in your beer.
Cut. And the next beer we're gonna do is from Boundary Bay Brewing here in Bellingham, which is one of our favorite breweries, and we all spend a lot of time there. Boundary's been around about 17 years, making great. They make a fabulous IPA. This is a new beer for them. This is their version of the Irish Red. Don't know a lot about it. It's a 4.6 ABV. Let's just try it and see what we think.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's cool. Well,
It's an Irish Red.
it's an Irish Red.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just not my favorite beer. Not the Boundary. Boundary's always got good stuff. I'm just saying, I just don't think the Irish red ales are
No.
I think these are later in the evening types of beers, you know, after you've had a couple of beers that you really like. You know what? I want an Irish Red. This is going to be
Lightly hopped,
yeah.
lightly,
Right.
little bit of malt. Lightly
It's not
hopped.
bad. It's not great.
What do you think about this one? You might want to cut this one. What do you think about this one? Stanky little brother of a seasonal beer, of a Christmas beer. It's like a stanky little illegitimate brother. I mean, I'm picturing coming in after a day of skiing. I drink this, but really I'd want, Christmas ale. But this is kind of towards that a little bit. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't measure.
I just don't get that spiciness. I mean,
Yeah,
this.
no. One thing that's nice about this, though, at 4.6, you could sit down and drink 3 or 4 of these.
Yeah.
You know, where with the
As a
doubles
session
and the
beer.
Imperials, you're not going to do that. You're going to have a beer or two and you're done.
Yeah.
But at least with this, you could sit around and drink these.
And then Cossie and Dick's, I mean, even at least 1 or 2 of these, even on the bottle, had down that they were a sessionable or a session beer, which means there's nothing weird about it. It's not a strong taste. It's not high alcohol. If you like it, you can just sit and drink it,
Right.
and there you have it.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, it's good. It's not.
I would say it's
Something I'd
definitely in the
advocate for.
style. I think Alan was looking at reviews and someone said it was a little too hoppy for the style. It might be, but I don't get a lot of hops in this.
No.
But then we're used to a lot of hops.
Yeah.
But it's lightly hopped. There's a little bit of malt in it. It's got that tea-like flavor and not quite as sweet as as the other 2 we tried. But
What does Lucky Charms' son think?
I don't know. Ask John. He's got his hat on.
Come on, there's Lucky Charms right there.
Big Willie and Little Willie.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure I like that. Well, I guess I do.
Well, you must.
Being Big Willie, I guess I'm okay with that.
I definitely taste the tea.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I taste the tea.
You do.
Sweet.
I'm giving up on this.
Give me an MJ.
Yeah. Pint, schooner, spitter.
Schooner.
Schooner.
Yeah, whatever. Love Boundary Bay, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
drink this beer there.
Yeah.
I'd be drinking their Cask Imperial IPA today. Alrighty, the next beer we're doing is Iron Horse Brewery's Irish Death. It's a brewery out of Ellensburg, Washington. I didn't look up any specs on them, but I think they've been brewing for around 4 or 5 years. This is probably their most famous beer. 7.8% ABV. It's classified as an American Strong just because it doesn't really fit anywhere else and it's over 7%. But we'll taste it and see what we think.
Absolutely, and it's a cheater for what we've been doing. Because
Yeah.
we've been doing the Reds, low alcohol, and now all of a sudden, here's a completely different.
I mean, I could. You can't call it a red. I mean, it's
It's not.
No, completely different kind of beer.
It's not a red.
Yeah.
It's
But
classified
it
as
says
strong.
Irish on the label, and it's St. Patrick's Day, so we can drink it if we want to.
And we
I
did.
don't care if you're offended.
And we did try to find locally.
Yeah, Lucky.
Go get your own.
We tried to stay true to Northwest breweries and try to find Irish stuff locally here, which was tough. It was a little tough to find Pacific Northwest Irish ales that weren't bastard children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is some
There's
kind
a
of-
few Irish stouts that are done in the Northwest. Boundary Bay, our local brewery, does probably one of the better ones, but couldn't get a hold of them on bottles. So
Yeah, not bottled.
You know what? Bust out the Guinness.
Guinness and Murphy's.
Yeah,
Let's
there
do
you
it.
go.
We got
I know
to.
Harris.
It's St. Patty's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
got
like
it.
this though. This is a great
This
beer.
is good.
This
Way
is
to
a
go,
good
Iron
beer.
Horse. Has anybody been to this brewery? Were you in the brewery?
No, I was not in the brewery.
Okay, I haven't been to this.
I do
one
like this.
either.
This is full bodied.
Yeah.
It has great malt flavors.
It's malty.
I mean, it's nice.
And I agree with
Roast.
John. I think it's almost got a bit of that Scotch ale
Yeah.
taste in it rather than just being a strong beer. So I don't know. Any beer that's over 7% that doesn't fit within a category gets thrown in, at least for
Beer purgatory.
Strong American
for
ale.
judging. Yeah, so it's a
And strong American ale can be a lot of different beers.
7 to 25%, whatever doesn't fit into an imperial red, an imperial IPA, an imperial stout. If it's not a barley wine,
So if you had to, you know that it's not a pure Irish ale, and you had to name this beer, I mean, would have you called it an Irish beer?
No.
no, I would have called, like John, I would have said it's a strong Scotch ale.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yep. Okay.
Yep, there are several Christmas beers out that taste a lot like this. What was the, was it Full Sails? Wreck the Halls.
Oh,
Oh,
Was
okay.
that was, there was several that were this
Slayer.
kind of
Maybe
Slayer.
Slayer.
There's the one. Slayer's
Yeah.
probably the most like it,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'd like to wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day, and once again, thanks for joining the beer table. We'd like to put thanks out again to Sucia Manor. You can see them at www.suciamanor.com.
How do you spell that?
SUCIA, not Sucia.
No,
Don't go there.
Tommy will put it on the
Don't go there.
closing page. He'll put the link, not the link up, but the website.
Add Gary's phone number. It'll
Yeah.
join you.
So have a great time, but drive safe tonight.
Don't drive.
And
Drink as much beer as you can possibly hold. Don't drive.
Oh, yeah. Don't drive. Don't be a knucklehead. Jeez.
There you go.
Thank
until
you,
next
Lucky.
time.
Adios and off to see the leprechauns.